You have a new post that you wrote, kind of comparing the political culture around Second Amendment protections or fanatical interpretations of Second Amendment protections as related to gun rights, obviously, and the kind of political constituency of the gun lobby, versus as our willingness to kind of continually erode and roll back Fourth Amendment protections, which is exactly what these disclosures have kind of highlighted over the past couple of days. And you say that there isn't a kind of similar corporate constituency that's interested in those types of protections, and that makes a lot of sense. I'm just wondering if you could kind of elaborate on that.
Well, sure. Well, there are about four big manufacturers of pistols, of handguns, Glocks, and so forth. And then there are a limited number of manufacturers of assault weapons, and they're making billions off of this stuff. And so whenever we have these school shootings or massacres carried out, and they can only be carried out on a mass level with those kinds of semi-automatic weapons.
Sure.
Whenever there's a public debate about whether something could be done about this or should be done about this, and we have 30,000 gun deaths a year if you count the suicides, it's shut down. And we saw recently that even a democratically controlled Senate couldn't even report out any kind of reform on this issue, and it's because politicians get elected by campaign contributions from corporations, and there are lobbies like the National Rifle Association that act as pass-through for these huge arms manufacturers. So they just shut down the debate on this because they have a very strong interest in a fundamentalist and somewhat ahistorical and weird interpretation of the Second Amendment that everybody has a right to semi-automatic weapons and huge ammunition rolls attached. But with regard to the Fourth Amendment, which forbids the government to search through our personal effects and papers to come on our property without a warrant from a judge and without a very narrow specification of what exactly they're looking for and what is the reason for which they suspect that a criminal act is being committed. With regard to the Fourth Amendment, there's been no effective pushback at all from the corporations in Congress with regard to lobbying and so forth on preserving those rights. There's nobody that makes money off of preventing intrusions into our personal privacy.
Right. Well, I mean, it seems quite the contrary. In fact, there's a lot of money to be made in pretty intrusive data mining and other technologies that sort of violate our privacy on a pretty regular basis. And then what we've seen here is this kind of parallel between maybe some of the more encroaching habits of some Silicon Valley firms and then what the NSA has been doing. And obviously that's kind of highlighted in this PRISM program. You had there's sort of two parts of this that I kind of wanted to get to. One is that, and I think it relates very directly to the kind of corporate component, because the firms, the Silicon Valley firms, have denied pretty, not very, it sounds blunt, but actually if you kind of read it, it's a very parsed denial of having a role in these programs. In terms of giving the NSA direct access to their servers. There's the other possibilities that the NSA asks directly for access, and they're granted on a particular basis or with specific requests, like with the phone records, or the other possibilities that they're kind of being filtered through a third party. But I guess what I'm curious for you about is this kind of disparity between the kind of expansion of government overreach and then the kind of extreme limits that we're also placing on ourselves, both in our private and public lives when we interact with these companies or when we're being monitored by the government. How that sort of parallel is playing out.
Yes, well, of course, the internet companies, some of them have aspirations of developing a kind of hologram of each of us, that they would know all of our likes and dislikes, our location. At one point, the head of Google wanted to have it be such that if you were out of town, you were visiting another city, that Google could tell you where your favorite restaurant was probably, and which cinema house you might like to go to, and so forth. In order to commercialize the Internet,
Right.
they would like to have total information awareness about their customers, just as the U.S. government would like to have total information awareness about its citizens. And so those two things work together, and in fact, one justifies the other. So very often, National Security Agency or CIA or other officials, when pressed on government intrusions into our electronic privacy, will say, well, we give away that information quite freely to Jeff Zuckerberg or to Google, so why would we mind so much if the government also gets it?
Right, right. And I think then that the sort of notion as well that this kind of encroachment has been a portrayal by President Obama of kind of his affinity for geek culture or the technology industry. In fact, it hasn't been a portrayal. It's actually run, as you say, quite parallel to the policies of these companies.